Hi guys, I'm Phil O'Neill from Australia and I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is Sunday night here and normally I have filmed, edited, done my thumbnails, all of that sort of stuff for Monday morning's YouTube, which is what you're watching right now. However, today I've decided to change it up because the video I was going to release today started a new series, but I've come up with something that's a little bit more fun because I took a delivery of this bad boy today. Now, what is this? Now, you guys are all trumpet players following my channel, and it's probably a bit of gibberish for you. Now, because we're still in pandemic and we are still in lockdown, and in Sydney we've been in and out of lockdown for 2 years now, and we're under the tightest restrictions so far. Today, I've been doing a lot of recording and a lot of home studio recording that I've been recording trumpet parts to, flugelhorn parts to, and sending them off to someone else to add to their tracks. Now, that's kind of the future of trumpet playing and being a musician. We've got to have our own home studio so that we can record tracks and we can upload them and send them off to clients who want trumpet or whatever instrument you play for their songs. Alright, and it's been something that I've been doing a little while now, but obviously I've been doing a bit more of it during this pandemic. Now, I did a comparison video, and you can find it up here or here. Somewhere along here there's a card where I'll share the video with you, and I compared two Rode microphones. I compared a condenser microphone and a ribbon microphone. Now, most people came back preferring the ribbon microphone. Being a trumpet player, the ribbon microphones have a warmer sound and they can cope with a little bit more processing afterwards. So usually brass players, we do prefer the ribbon microphones. Since then, I've upgraded my ribbon microphone to this bad boy here. This is the Infinity mic by Barkley, who's also a trumpet player as well. So, and this is a fantastic mic. I've been using this one the last couple of weeks, and it's been really, really, really quality. Now, if you know anything about ribbon microphones, you'll know that they require a lot of gain or input volume, right, from the preamp. Now, I use Presonus preamps. I've been loving the Presonus preamps. They are good value for money. But running the ribbon mic, I was like, I wonder if a more expensive preamp is going to help me out here. So, I have got my hands on some extra preamps in this box here. Right, this is called a 500 series rack. And in here I have two very nice, very expensive preamps. These are API 512Cs, and these are quite expensive. So, what I'm going to do over the next week is I'm going to muck around with these preamps and this ribbon microphone, and I'm going to find out if there's actually if it's actually better for me to have these preamps. Now, these preamps are about 1,200 Australian each. $1,200 per channel. That's more than I spent on the microphone. Now, with those two channels being 1,200 bucks each, that doesn't even get them into my computer. I need a sound card for that as well, which I've got with my Presonus. So, I'm going to test these out. Now, my Presonus sound card was nowhere near that expensive. So, I'm glad that I used the Presonus gear because it's very good value for money. But let's find out over this next week or two if spending more money gets you a better product. I also took delivery today of this channel strip. Now, this is a UK sound, right, so United Kingdom sound. This is also an expensive, even more expensive, this is a preamp and an EQ and a compressor in the one. And this is a copy of the 1176, which is a very famous, very recommended, very used preamp as well. So, I'm going to test this one out as well. Let me compare this to my Presonus, and I'm going to test these out. But the other thing that goes further from that is it's not all about whether you have one preamp sounding great on one microphone, because quite often it's the after processing that makes the biggest difference with these preamps, right? So you can get a cheap preamp to sound okay if you're just recording one instrument and doing no processing. But sometimes the more expensive ones, they can take an absolute truckload of post-processing. So equalizing, compression, you can add reverb, you can add other effects as well. But usually I just pretty much EQ and compression. And these nicer preamps, these more expensive preamps, are said to take a lot more of that. The other thing that to come into mind is that usually when you're using, when you get the benefit is when you are overdubbing lots and lots and lots of tracks. So you get benefit from tracks. So, a couple of things. I'm going to test these out. So I'm going to tell you, I'm just letting you guys know that I'm going to test this one out, the 1176, and the API 512s. Now these API 512s, I also have a 560, this is a DBX equalizer, and I have a tube compressor as well. So I'm really excited to test out the whole kit and caboodle as one channel and see how we go with that. Now the reason I'm telling you this now is because I didn't want to start the next series before I did this, because I've only got these for a little while. These are on loan and they were delivered today, so I wanted to get stuck in right now because I'm really excited by this. But I wanted to find out what you wanted me to test first. Do you want me to start with the APIs, or do you want me to start with the 1176? Right? Which one do you want me to start with? And what tracks do you want me to record? So comment below with what tracks and what preamps you want me to start with and compare. I'm going to compare them all to my Presonus. So there'll be separate videos, or they would go for like an eternity. And I don't want to do that. With all of the home recording that we need to do, I don't want you guys to waste your money, but I do want you guys to make sure you're getting the best quality that you need if you want to be doing some home recording of horns or trumpet and brass. Pretty much anything that works well on trumpet works really well on trombone or flugelhorn, you know, or any brass instrument really. They all sound great. So, what do you want me to record on first? Which preamp? And what sort of music do you want me to do? So, what do you want to hear first? Do you want to hear the APIs, or do you want to hear the 1176 remake by UK Sound? Leave a comment below on what tracks you want to hear and what you want me to compare. I'm going to compare them all to the Presonus. Comment below with your favourite tracks that you want recorded, and I will compare them to the Presonus without processing, and yeah, we'll go from there. This will be our next few weeks, gearing out as nerds. Anyway, as always, I'm filling in from Australia, and happy practicing.